What's up, everybody? This is my review for Elden Ring. I don't claim to be, professional in any way, form, or fashion, but, I think this game's, worth giving my opinion on, so let's get into it. So as we're all aware, Elden Ring is a open world game developed by FromSoft. It's their open world take on their Souls game. And I think they really did a good job with it, especially with it being their first like real open world game. Yeah, it's just so fun to just kind of run around and experience all these enemies and kind of see something off in the distance and be like, oh, what the hell is going on over here? And then you run over there, and then while you're running over to that part of the map, then you come across something else, and then you get sidetracked, and then before you know it, you're four to 5 hours in, and then you haven't even reached where you wanted to go in the first place. There's been so many times where, yeah, I'd be doing something else, and I'd just kind of look to my left or my right, and I would see, either like a mob of enemies or a mini boss somewhere. I'm just like, what in the world is going on over here? So yeah, I really like that aspect of it. I think they really nailed the open worldness of the game. It feels great. To me, it kind of feels just like an open world Skyrim that's, a lot harder and has, like real mini bosses and stuff like that. They do a lot of stuff different than they, do in the past. You can just fast travel now. You don't even have to be at like a campsite or anything. Every time you kill like a whole group of enemies, it refresh your flask. So you get, your flask back, so, you're not always just struggling to keep them, or, always having to go to the grace sites or anything like that. I feel like it goes for any Souls-like game, I guess, but I especially feel it in this one where you can always tell, I feel like, when you die by a boss, like what kind of strategy works or didn't work, or what kind of attack pattern they're doing, and you just messed up or mistimed something. So you always feel like you could just go back and beat him the second time. And then it always happens where you go back and try to fight him again, and then, you mess up again, and then, oh, I can go back and get him this next time. And then before you know it, you've been fighting the same boss for 3 hours. That's what happened to me with the tree sentinel. But yeah, I was able to finally kill him. Everybody thought you could kill him kind of right out of spawn because he's the first like big boss you kind of encounter. It was definitely not the case. I had to level up a little bit and come back and kill him when I was a little bit stronger. That's the whole open world aspect of it. You can always just kind of stumble upon these enemies that are way stronger, or you're way stronger than them, and you just kind of have to deal with the whole world. It's not there to hold your hand per se. Now, I've seen a lot of people complaining about the performance of Elden Ring. I haven't had really any problems. There are some times when you like very first load in, like even before you run away from the site of grace, where you can kind of feel like the frames drop for a second. But besides that, I haven't had any performance issues. Granted, I'm playing on the Xbox Series X, and it's pre-selected that it prioritizes frame rate. I don't know if that's why I haven't had any problems. Besides that, I can't really explain all these performance issues that people are having. I think a lot of times, especially with these like super hyped up games, kind of the same thing happened with Cyberpunk, where I had more problems with Cyberpunk than I have with Elden Ring for sure. But I honestly didn't really have that many problems with Cyberpunk. Like I went through the whole game and I only had one mission glitch out on me in the very beginning. So yeah, I think these just like super hyped up AAA games, they, so many people are trying to play them that of course people are going to complain at some point. And yeah, there's not really much to complain about the game, I don't feel like. If it's not, your type of game, if you haven't played a Souls-like game, then you don't know if you're going to like it or not. I definitely wouldn't say performance is an issue at all. Like I said, there's some times where first loading in, you might feel it, but then after that, it's pretty much gone without any hiccups. In conclusion, I feel like whenever a game, this hyped comes out and everybody's playing it, of course people are going to encounter different problems. It's just a numbers game at that point. But like I said, I haven't had any problems. If you're familiar with the Souls games and you like them, then I would say 100% buy this. You'll love it. They did really good on the open world aspect. The gameplay feels nice. Performance is fine for me. Like I said, I'm on Xbox Series X, so I don't know. I'm sure PS5 plays just as fine. I don't know about the last gen consoles, but I don't imagine it'd be a huge problem. Like I said, I can't speak from experience with that. If you're not familiar with the Souls-like games, I would still say try it out. I mean, it is a harder game, but it is one of the easier of the Souls-like games. It's not completely difficult to jump into, and it's open world, so you can kind of pick and choose your battles of who you want to fight and when you want to fight them, and go and level up and come back and fight them. It's kind of all up to you. So all in all, I would say you should definitely buy it. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything, you can leave a comment, and I'll try to reply to as many as I can, if I get any at all. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my review for Elden Ring. Go get it. It's worth it.